Today's session went very, very well. It's just a fact of working on a new chapter. So something that is fresh, something's new. I often talk about that the first few days of a new project is always the best days, because the muse just kicks. The muse kicks right in very, very quickly when you start new projects. And sometimes, like I said, even new chapters. It'll kick right in, and then after a couple days, the muse goes away, and you just gotta ride through the bad stuff. That's what happens. It's our brains are very good at getting us to start things. They're not very good at getting us to finish things. So often you got to push through it. I guess with that being said, as much as when I say you have to push through these chapters, you have to kind of force yourself to the keyboard. That doesn't mean brute force in the projects. Really, really important distinction there. You'll see me here, right in this camera right here, just absolutely, tired and doing a really early morning session, just because we have big plans. But even getting to the keyboard today, yes, there was a little bit of, hey, you got to get up, you got to, get to the keyboard, get the work done. But there's no brute forcing the actual prose, the actual text, the brute forcing, the slave driving, whatever you want to call it. That is on you to get you to the actual keyboard to get the project started. But once it begins, you cannot brute force it. You need to take time. This is not something that you can just, our art cannot be done where you are just doing it for the sake of getting it done. And now that I've said that, I'm sure people are going to find some examples of somebody who worked just to pay the bills or did a project to just pay the bills or something like that, and it ended up working out great. Fine. But in general, you are not able to really brute force projects. They have to be done out of a sense of enjoyment. You've got to take your time, and you have to really focus on what you're doing. For me, I get to do this. I get to write. That's a huge motivator for me. It's the idea that to be able to write is a privilege. For any of us that are writers that have the time to do it, it is a privilege. Most of human history, most of the course of the 200,000 years the Homo sapiens been around, has been misery, pain, and early death. If you are at the keyboard writing in a comfortable house, apartment, whatever, despite all the struggles, it is a bit of a privilege to be able to do this. And for me, especially, I'm luckier than a lot of people. And so I tell people, I tell myself, hey, when I do this, I get to do this. It's a privilege. Not a lot of people can. And there's going to come a day when I won't be able to. Unfortunately, if you live long enough, you are going to be very old, very decrepit, and your mind is going to go. For some of us, obviously we all hope to be, get to 100 basically with all of our faculties, but the cold reality is that it's coming for all of us. And so between now and then, the onus is on us, the writers, to use our gifts and to enjoy the process, to respect the process, to take this time not for granted, but use this time to do what we enjoy. And if you're writing and you're enjoying it, or if you're trying to get a project done, and you're going through a rough patch, remember that. Remember, you get to do this. There's going to come a time when you won't be able to. So really, really, really enjoy it. Really take as much from this as you can. I know for me, you get caught up in these projects. You complain all the time. You've seen these videos. Obviously, I'm as guilty as anybody. Most of my novels, the writing process over those years, most of those days, I am in a pit of frustration and agony. And agony is a big word, but I'm in a pit of basic frustration and complaint all the time. There's always something going wrong, something I'm getting frustrated about with this process. It's only at the end when the book's done and you see it that you're like, wow, this is amazing. It's like the metaphor of like child labor, right? Where it's this painful, excruciating process, but after it's done, you wait a couple years. Couples are already thinking about having their next kid, right? It goes away. It's the same thing with a book. Books are a process that is just very painful, very mentally taxing, and you hate most of the time that you're writing. You hate it. Not so much the writing, but you hate what you're putting out. You hate that your work doesn't live up to what's in your head. All that. There's a lot of agony in that process. And it's only when the book's done that you look back and go, well, I guess it wasn't so bad. Let's write another one. But even in that, remember, you get to do this. You have a chance right now to actually do it, and respect that. So that's it for today. I will see you all tomorrow.